No one likes an airprox. It's unsettling to say the least, and one of the most likely places to encounter one is in the circuit with incidences on the rise. Take this example. A pilot had conducted a standard overhead join and was crosswind when they had another pilot announce that they were joining on a long final for the runway. This pilot was also arriving in company with another aircraft, which was ahead on a similar approach. Although the airfield's radio operator wasn't permitted to issue instructions to pilots, they were allowed to pass information about relevant traffic. The radio operator had informed the pilot in circuit of the traffic ahead, but that pilot had only sighted one of the two aircraft on long final, as it was now landing, and assumed that it was the traffic the radio operator had referred to. Although the circuit pilot checked up the approach before turning final, they did not see the second aircraft on approach, and consequently turned onto final slightly behind and above it. Fortunately, the first pilot, who had landed and vacated the runway ahead of the approaching aircraft, spotted the conflict on short final, and radioed the long final pilot to continue to land with an aircraft above, and the circuit pilot to discontinue their approach with an aircraft below. This type of incident is, to a degree, why the conventional standard overhead join is the preferred way of arriving and landing at an airfield. It helps pilots integrate with other aircraft and creates an orderly flow in and around the circuit, lessening the risk of conflict. It might not, however, be appropriate at some airfields, such as those with airspace restrictions, parachute operations, or glider winch launching. If overhead joins aren't possible and traffic allows, there's advice in the Skyway Code on conducting other joins to the circuit safely, but always check local procedures. These other joins are crosswind, midfield join, joining the circuit at height from the dead side at 90 degrees to the runway. The pilot turns downwind to join the circuit direction. Watch out for the traffic already established on the downwind leg or traffic in the initial climb out below. Downwind join. When joining the circuit parallel to the runway in the downwind direction, it's important to look out for conflicting traffic potentially coming from the crosswind leg. If there's any doubt about the risk of cutting in front of another aircraft on crosswind, reduce speed and/or manoeuvre to fit in behind. The danger here is that a pilot might join closer to the runway than other traffic, and then turn base inside that traffic without realising that they have cut in front. Be aware too that there might be an aircraft already on the downwind leg directly ahead and be difficult to see. Also remember, if distracted by other traffic, continue to fly the aircraft above all else to avoid unexpected loss of control. Base leg join. Joining directly to the base leg of the circuit, watch the downwind leg carefully and ensure that you are not joining inside any traffic already on the base leg. Straight-in approaches. These aren't recommended because they don't give pilots much opportunity to observe conflicting circuit traffic. If making a straight-in approach, report long final at 4 nautical miles and final at 2 nautical miles to alert other aircraft. If the airfield is uncontrolled, check around the circuit. Announce your intentions clearly in good time and listen out for other traffic that might be in the circuit or about to join it. There are a number of common factors that cause circuit close encounters: flying the standard overhead join incorrectly, joining in a non-standard way, not conducting good and effective lookout, and poor situational awareness. So if carrying out non-standard joins, think about likely conflicts and position yourself appropriately. If there's any doubt about traffic in the circuit, keep looking out, and if necessary, call the radio operator or tower for traffic information. If the airfield is uncontrolled, remember to check, and check again as you continue in the circuit. However a pilot joins, keeping circuits safe isn't onerous, but it does need care and concentration, looking out and listening out. There's further advice on best practice for circuits, joins, arrivals and departures in the Skyway Code. Let's all fly safe.